Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is not new to controversy. Most people feel that he is a criminal, incompetent president and an enemy of his people. The Russian president has manipulated the levers of power to rule in perpetuity and has ruled Russia as a prime minister and president for 21 years. The sources of his wealth are unknown, but many people believe he could be the richest man on earth. No one knows how Putin made his billions, or his exact net worth, but many speculate he could be the wealthiest man on earth. Forbes cannot verify his financial assets and therefore cannot estimate its net worth. But the Russian president indulges in displays of immense wealth. Putin is reported to have a $1 billion palace, multiple expensive properties, a fleet of yachts and several luxury watches. But how did Putin make his billions? Today's video will explore the possible theories behind Putin's billions. Let's dive in, but first, remember to like and subscribe. Joe Biden, the President of the United States, has considered issuing sanctions on the personal wealth of Vladimir Putin as critical questions emerge. How much is the fortune? How did a long-serving public official accumulate it? These are some of the questions behind Putin's wealth. Putin is reported to have over 20 different villas and palaces. The most controversial is the Putin secret palace, allegedly built using illegal state funds. The mansion costs $1 billion to build. It has a landing pad that can fit 3 helicopters and a private theatre. A dossier claimed that Putin has multiple yachts, helicopters and private jets, including a 19-seat Dassault Falcon. One of the planes has an $11 million cabin fitted by jewelers and a lavish toilet worth approximately $100,000. This plane can seat 186 passengers, and Putin is accused of owning 5. The president is also said to own 4 yachts, each costing thousands to maintain. One of his luxurious yachts, Rossiya, cost $1.2 billion to upgrade in 2005. Another of his yachts, the Graceful, has 6 bedrooms and can accommodate 14 guests. Then there is Olympia, a 57-meter luxury yacht worth $35 million that he was reportedly given by Roman Abramovich, Chelsea FC owner and oligarch. Figuring out how Putin made his billions is probably the most elusive riddle that Forbes has been trying to solve for the last 20 years. Though nobody really knows how he made his money. We will explore 3 theories that experts use in determining how Putin made his billions. The Khodovsky model. Mikhail Khodovsky was a rising Russian oligarch and believed to be the richest man in Russia, with a net worth of $3.7 billion in 2002. Yukos, his company, accounted for 17% of Russia's oil production at the time and had a significant influence in the Kremlin. One of his former employees was Putin's deputy chief of staff, while another was the Minister of Fuel and Energy. Khodovsky's net worth doubled over the following year and he was convicted for tax evasion and fraud, and he was in jail by October 2013. But he denied all the charges. There was no doubt that Putin was behind Khodovsky's arrest. He later froze his fortune and the company eventually broke up. The billionaire's fate was a powerful lesson to Russian oligarchs. Most people were left wondering how much of Khodovsky's fortune Putin took to himself. Bill Browder, an American financier, conducted business in Russia and is behind the Magnitsky Law. The law enables governments to impose sanctions by freezing the assets of human rights offenders. Browder believes that after the arrest of Khodovsky, Putin made a deal with Russia's leading oligarchs. The deal was to surrender 50% of their wealth to Putin and he would let them keep the other 50%. If he refused, he would take the full 100% and throw you in jail. Based on this theory, Putin was worth over $200 billion in 2017, and he would have been the wealthiest person on earth at the time. Browder's calculation was pretty straightforward. Add up the net worth of all oligarchs in Russia and divide by 2. The mafia theory. Another theory is that the Russian president makes billions from helping his close family and friends become rich by awarding them businesses and government contracts. He then gets kickbacks of stakes in the companies or cash in return. This scenario is similar to a mafia structure where the billionaires are in perpetual debt to Putin. He takes the cut while they do the dirty work. Putin has recruited bodyguards, childhood friends, family and other people to hold his money. These people hold between 500 million and $2 billion for him. Arkady Rotenberg is among Putin cronies and has become incredibly rich. Rotenberg was Putin's former judo sparring partner, and they still play ice hockey together. The former judo partner received multiple state contracts amounting to more than $7 billion in the lead up to the Sochi Olympics. The money was earmarked for everything from the development of ski resorts to a power plant. Rotenberg recently referred to himself as the owner of an enormous complex building on the Black Sea coast. Alexei Navalny, Russia's opposition leader, called the building Putin's palace. Rotenberg's son, Igor, and brother Boris are billionaires too. Putin's former son-in-law, Kirill Shamalov, the son of Shamalov, Putin's longtime friend, became the chief counsel of Russia's largest financial institution and started benefiting from his connections. The floodgates opened when he allegedly secretly married Putin's daughter. Shamalov bought a 17% stake in Cyber from Gennady Timchenko, another one of Putin's friends, shortly after. Shamalov borrowed the funds from Gazprom Bank, an institution estimated to be responsible for the Russian president's two-thirds wealth. He became a billionaire 3 years after the wedding at 34. Shamalov lost his wealth after the marriage was dissolved in 2017 and he was forced to sell his stake in Cyber. Sergei Rodogin, a cello player and close friend to Putin, was named in the Panama Papers investigation in 2016. He had ties to a network of companies with approximately $2 billion in cash flows and owned $100 million in assets. Rodogin said the monies were donations from business people to purchase musical instruments for the poor. The bluster model. This model suggests that Putin has little money and simply likes people to believe he has much because it suggests power. This theory resulted from the lack of evidence for his net worth. The bluster model is undoubtedly true on paper. The president's official financial disclosure lists his 2020 income at approximately $140,000. He claims to own the following assets: 3 cars, an 800 square foot apartment, a trailer, a 200 square foot garage, a 1,600 square foot apartment with 2 parking spaces. The disclosure did not mention his collection of high-end watches, the Putin's palace, or the building complex that Rotenberg claims to own. The disclosure also excludes the massive portfolio of aircrafts, yachts and palaces he uses as Russia's president. Experts cite lavish trappings to power as the reason he does not need personal wealth. The entire nation is at his beck and call. Putin can snap his fingers and state corporations will cede assets to his family and friends at bargain basement prices. He whispers and wealthy private business people and Russian oligarchs contribute to a lavish refurbishment of the presidential palace. What do you think is the source of Putin's billions? Which theory do you believe? Leave your comments below. Kindly like and subscribe. Thank you.